everybody. Sorry, the sun's in my face. I can barely see, but excuse the way I look. I literally just woke up. But I have attempted to start a YouTube channel several times in my life and just never had the guts to move forward with it. But I'm going to do it now. I hate myself on camera. I'm a complete introvert. Like, look up the definition. I'm right there. Like a picture of me is there. I don't like a lot of attention. I don't like being in the public eye. I'm a gypsy. I love moving around. I've lived all over the country in the lower 48. I don't do well with 9-to-5 jobs. I like working for myself. I work hard. I've done things like, drywall, painting, house cleaning, taking care of other people, working in people's gardens for them when they can't, 1 second, my breakfast is spilled over. But I live off grid in Tennessee right now, with my daughter and my son-in-law and my 1-year-old little granddaughter, and they've got another one on the way. Just found out recently that she's pregnant. A little background for me. I've got 4 children. They're all adults, hence the gray hair, guys. I'm 45 years old. I'm a widow. I've been widowed for a long time and single for years. It takes a certain kind of man to live the lifestyle that I live, and I have not found him yet. I would like to be married again and just live an adventurous life. I don't want to necessarily be tied down to one place until I'm too old to do it anymore, and then I have to be, But being only 45, I still got hopefully a lot of time left for adventure. But, guys, Tennessee's not working out at all. It's just not. The jobs here are terrible. They do not pay a living wage. It's crazy. We have this property here, and we're still making payments on the land. But at $9 an hour, there's no money to make improvements on the land. That doesn't even cover our mortgage or day-to-day living expenses on, mortgage on our 45 acres. I can't get health insurance here at all. It's just really not good. I've been in Tennessee. I'm from Tennessee, if you can't tell by my accent. I'm from the mountains in Tennessee. But I've lived all over. When I was younger, I lived in Florida, Georgia, Alabama, North Carolina. And more recently, as I got older, I've lived in South Dakota, several places in Colorado, several places in Wyoming, several places in Montana, and really, I've been out to the West Coast in Washington State, Seattle. Too big for me. I hate it, But then I moved to Omak, Washington. That's more on the east part of the state. But even Omak is too much city for me. That's maybe a city big enough where I don't mind going to go get supplies, but I don't want to live there. It's always been my dream to live in Alaska. And like I said, I really don't want to put roots down anywhere because, once I'm in one place for a certain amount of time, I start getting antsy. I love traveling. I love seeing beautiful places. I appreciate God's creation. I'm a Christian. That's first and foremost. I love the Lord, and my life is evidence that He is real. But I'll share more about that. I've been through some really horrible tragedies, losing family members, a husband, my father. My life has completely changed since my dad died. And been through some really traumatic things with my sister that were really serious. But I'm a survivor. God takes care of me. And I'm an open book. You can ask me questions. I would like to get to know everybody. I have been, since the past year being in Tennessee, I have been breeding German Shepherds. I'm definitely an ethical and reputable breeder. I did it because I enjoyed it. It wasn't by any means a money maker for me. I've only had I've had 3 litters in the past year and a half, I would say. February, it'll be 2 years I've been here. Way too long. Excuse me. But, so I've got 3 personal dogs, German Shepherds. 2 females and a male. And I love them dearly. They're my babies. I've got 4 kids total. My oldest daughter has 2 babies, 2 boys. My second born, the one I live here on the property with, she's got the 1-year-old little girl. The first daughter has 2 boys. Second daughter has 1 little girl and 1 on the way. We don't know what that one is yet. Just found out about it. And my son lives in Tucson, Arizona. And him and his fiance have a little girl on the way. And then my daughter, my youngest daughter, who's in South Dakota, unfortunately, she had a miscarriage not long ago. So that's a rundown of that. But I want to be able to travel. I want to be able to... My kids are spread all over the country, and I want to be able to visit them as much as possible. I want to be a hands-on grandma, or mama as we say here. But my daughter that I live with now, Dana, and my son-in-law, Colton, they're like-minded like me. They want to be off-grid. They want the simple life. They want to raise the kids out in nature. But we're not making it here, guys. And I've been praying about what to do. I really want to go to Alaska. It's been a dream of mine for years. The kids are willing to go out there if that's where the Lord leads us, but I found possibility for a seasonal job working at a seafood packing plant. Excuse me, or a processing plant. So I'm trying to get on one of those right now. I just pray, I'm like, Lord, if it's your will, let me get the job. If it's not, close that door. But Lord, please help me figure this out. I've got to do something soon. I've got a good friend of mine that lives in Washington State, Michael. He's good friends with somebody that knows a lot about Alaska, and I'm hoping to have a chat with him to get some info on it. Due to certain things like daylight hours, and record snowfall and record temperatures, things like that, I really would like to be in the southeast. But I'm just praying Lord's will happens. I haven't had electricity or running water in almost 2 years, which, I've lived other places. That's the way I prefer to live. I just do, But we've been dealing with a lot of trespassers on this property as well. We're in Morgan Wallen's hometown, Sneedville. And if anybody knows about small Appalachian towns, the generational families, which, you know, I'm from these mountains, but further south around Blue Ridge, Georgia, Murphy, North Carolina. We're up right now around Kentucky and Virginia. So we don't know anybody here really. We got a couple of friends, and we got a wonderful church we go to an hour and a half away. But we've got friends through our church. But this little town, there's some generational families here, and they used to own this property. We've had a lot of problems. You know, little Appalachian towns play by their own rules, you know, and they don't always like newcomers, even though I'm from these mountains. So we've had some problems, but keep us in prayer. I'm going to end this video. I don't know how good it is as an introduction video. I don't know how to make videos. The only thing I know to do is talk to you guys, and share my life. That's all I know to do. There are some topics I do want to get into eventually. They're very raw. I had my identity changed because of trafficking several years ago. My sister was trafficked, and I got her, and we fled for our lives. I'll go into more details about that, but there's a lot of things I want to talk about and cover, you know. Maybe it'll help somebody. That's the goal. And my other goal is, I'm an introvert, you know, and I haven't been able to meet anybody in person that thinks like me or likes the things I do. So I thought maybe I could have a community here, you know. But I don't know you guys yet. I hope to get to know a lot of people. But I can honestly say that I love you all. I'm praying for everybody that comes across my channel and then some. I pray for the world all the time. But I don't know what my future holds. But I do trust the Lord. And I'm praying that He'll lead me to the right place. And I'm praying that He'll bring me my mate as well. I've been alone for 6 years. So, completely alone. But I love you all. I'll make another video soon. Bye.